Hi, welcome to the Discover Your Life Today YouTube channel. My name is Maveen Kaura. I am from discoveryourlifetoday.com. Today I'm going to be talking about how to find enlightenment in a technology world. So you can actually go over to discoveryourlifetoday.com/enlightened in a technology world. So the reason I wanted to talk about this was because I find more and more people right now are in their electronics and maybe are not as enlightened as we once used to be thousands of years ago. I find that we can still be enlightened if we choose to be, but we have to really make an effort to do so. So I'm going to go over the 4 ways I believe you can find enlightenment, but before I do that, I really want to go over why I believe we need this. So the technology takeover. Being enlightened in a technology world these days seems almost impossible, I'd say. You know, you hear stories about people going high up in the mountains in India and meditating and finding spiritual gurus, but you always wonder, is it possible to still be enlightened when they come back from all that? And I believe there is, but you know, we have to realize since the 1970s, we've been in something called the digital age here in North America and all around the world. And since the 1970s, I believe more and more people are being less and less enlightened with all the different electronics that we have access to. Just look at your desk right now, or look at whatever you're watching this video on right now, and just look around you. You'll see that you probably have a phone, you have a watch, maybe even a digital watch, a camera, a television, video games. We have music players, laptops, and computers. The world is being run by digital electronics, and more people are understanding that they're getting stuck in this electronic world, this fake fantasy electronic world, that they're finding less and less enlightenment and happiness in everything they do. Not to mention, look at all the different kids' toys that are out there that are electronic now, and all the different medical devices as well that are also electronic. So it's an understanding that big business is being developed around electronics, and they want you to continually purchase these electronics, for your enjoyment. But the more you enjoy, the less you find enlightenment for yourself. So I really want you to explore the possibilities of being enlightened in a technology world. 1, is it even possible? 2, how can you do it? Because I do believe it is possible. Number 1, I believe we need to put away our smartphones. All these electronic devices, we really need to put them away so we can start being in touch with ourselves versus this fantasy world. Stats show that most people look at their phone for 90 minutes on average per day. I believe society is becoming addicted to the electronics, just like other people believe as well. Now, when I'm saying 90 minutes, it's not 90 minutes straight. It's 90 minutes during their whole day. So, you may look at it a few minutes here, a few minutes there, a few minutes here. It all adds up to about 90 minutes a day. So that means on multiple occasions during the day, you are checking your phone just to ensure something. Either people are messaging you back, or people have maybe commented on your social media or something. Don't get me wrong. A phone is a great tool to have. It connects people and places and things together. We can access so much information. We can make phone calls. We can reach people on the other side of the world. We have access to games and social media. We can check out sports scores. We can do online banking, book vacations, you name it. We can take pictures and even post this video like I'm going to be doing on YouTube. But we spend so much time in front of the phone and other electronic devices, not to mention computers at work as well as our TV. What I'm thinking and I'm suggesting is we turn off our electronics. Try 30 to 60 minutes a day. The best time you can do this is maybe 30 to 60 minutes before you go to bed. I suggest in that 30 to 60 minutes time, maybe spend a few minutes relaxing, having a conversation with your spouse, maybe meditating, maybe picking up a book and reading it. Just doing something different to get your mind away from the electronics. Now, you may be saying, well, I read all my books on my Kindle or my electronic device. I understand, but try to pick up a physical book and try to read that instead. There's something different about reading a book with your hands versus on electronics that makes it a little bit more real, because you are able to underline things and really impact your subconscious mind differently than when you're reading electronic books. Number 2, I believe you have access to scriptures that once you did not have access to. Now, this is a little bit different than what I said in number one. In number one, I said put away your phone. Number two is you can actually use your electronic devices to access these scriptures. So the internet, as we know, is available to anyone and everywhere as long as you have a mobile device, a laptop, a tablet, whatever. You can access the internet pretty much anywhere, and we have access to Wi-Fi pretty much as well. Any coffee shop, fast food restaurant, any place of business typically nowadays has a Wi-Fi connection. Unfortunately, carrying religious books with people is very taboo still in our society. When we see people reading the Bible or the Quran or any other spiritual book, we kind of look at them and say, oh man, this is that weirdo person, they're into that woo-woo stuff. No problem. So you can get away from some of these taboos that people have about you by reading spiritual books or spiritual passages on your, electronic devices. I believe we can kill those taboos if we do that. There are well over 20 million religious sites on the internet, and it's easier than ever to access these scriptures either on your lunch, maybe on the bus, on the train, in the park, or wherever you feel that you need an uplifting word. Books are in print, and I would personally say, pick up a book and take that with you to your locations as well. But if you're really worried about what people may say about you, then, really consider, using your electronic device to do that. I believe 774 million people on this earth do not know how to read. That's almost 10% of our population that has never been able to pick up a religious book or a scripture and read this, and will never know how to do that. So you have the ability to do that. So I believe you owe it to yourself. You have that one major advantage, that you can do. Now, if you're not into reading, or if you don't know how to read, or are really a slow reader potentially, you still have access to YouTube and Audible, and you can still listen to some great books on audio if you do not have the ability to read, and still find that enlightenment that you are seeking. The third way I think you can also find enlightenment is social media. Today, social media has become a huge distraction for millions of people. Countless hours are spent on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and various other social platforms. Even on YouTube, people are watching videos, that may be entertaining but are not adding additional value to their lives. I believe if you look to social media, you can still take advantage and be enlightened, but you have to find the right places to go and look. According to Statista.com, there are over 2.3 billion people using its various social media sites. So there's a lot of great platforms out there for you to become enlightened with. The cool thing is you can actually go to various social media sites and connect with different people who can help you find enlightenment. People like Pope Francis, Desmond Tutu, Deepak Chopra, the Dalai Lama, Paulo Coelho, Thich Nhat Hanh, Eric Tolle, Joel Osteen, and thousands of other people out there who are giving out knowledge for free on their various platforms that they use to send out and give out their positive message of enlightenment. So you can definitely utilize social media for that purpose. Number 4, science and technology. I believe you can still find enlightenment through science and technology, but this is something we need to really consider. If science and technology can help us live longer, then should we be spending that extra time to find enlightenment and learn more about ourselves? I believe if you have the gifts from science and technology to live longer, you do owe it to yourself to expand on what you know and continue to learn. There are many ways to find enlightenment. Here are 2 ways that I believe you can find enlightenment just by reading 2 books. One being the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I've done a talk on that. And the other one being The Chariots of the Gods by Eric von Daniken. I believe that's the show called Ancient Aliens. That whole show is based on his book, and that can really help you find enlightenment through reading and different types of reading. I believe there's a truth that lies somewhere between these 2 great books. Have have you had a chance to read either one of these two books? Please let me know. If you look at the article, if you look at any of the articles I've written on discoveryourlifetoday.com, I've done my best to help get people through the different turmoils of life and really help you bring yourself to enlightenment, in betterment of yourself, and empowering yourself to do better for you, your family, and your future children. If you choose to have them, of course. If you would like to, you can definitely go ahead and read this article in a little bit more detail. Like I said, it is over at discoveryourlifetoday.com/enlightened in a technology world. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you feel that this will add additional value to you and your life. I would recommend you go over to discoveryourlifetoday.com and subscribe to the blog as well. Please leave me a comment or any other information you'd like to leave in the section below. I'd love to read what you have to say about finding enlightenment in a technology world. And if you have nothing to say, that's okay. I hope you watch other videos that I've posted on the Discover Your Life Today YouTube channel. Other than that, I hope you go out today, find some enlightenment, read some good books, maybe meditate, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful day.